So once you've done your 1.5 layers of plaster on your face form, we can start adding the hair to our piece, okay? Now, a couple of things I just want to remind you about the plaster. Make sure that you're working over newspaper, that you have adequate newspaper spread over your space. I am going to cut the hair pieces for you. So you're going to enter my hair salon. I shall cut the sections of hair for you. And the pieces are going to be a little bit different. So you're going to notice in some cases they will be longer and wider. This is to allow you, once you dip it in water, to kind of scrunch it to create texture that you can then layer to build up certain areas. Okay, so expect for much larger pieces of plaster. Now, one thing I wanted to share with you guys before we get started is the hair. So we have the indentations for the eyes. Right above the eyes are the eyebrows. Then you have about this much forehead, and then this top section is all hair, okay? So really from here, and in some cases, if you have hair on the sides here, that's gonna come down, it's gonna come down and cover this part. Now, if you have a shorter haircut, keep in mind the following. Ears tend to be between eyes and nose, so there would be like right here. So just kind of plan accordingly as you are attaching your pieces of plaster to your face form. Now, just as a really quick reminder, I'm going to move this to the side just for a moment, and I am going to share this with you, okay? So really quick reminder, when you're dipping pieces into the water, and some of these pieces are going to be way bigger than your tub of water, that's okay. You want to drench them all the way. And then there are two sides to your plaster. One side is bumpy and rough, and the other is is not. The bumpy and rough side actually has the plaster on it. So that's the side that you want to take a moment and work that plaster in. Okay, until you see less of the openings. It kind of looks like this creamy white color. Okay, so I just wanted to share that with you on camera. Now, at this point in time, let's say I'm doing a shorter haircut. Okay, so I'm doing something, and let's say I have hair that's kind of parted here and it's going in this direction. I'm actually not going to smooth this all the way down. I'm kind of going to leave it so it has dimensionality to it. Okay, so at this point, I'm just going to attach it where I need to. Right there is good. I'm not going to smooth it down. I want to create not helmet hair. So helmet hair is hair that's completely smoothed down to your head. We really want hair to have volume. Even if it's cut short, it should have some kind of volume, okay? So I activated this piece of plaster. I worked it into the surface, and I'm going to start layering this. Okay, I'm doing a couple other pieces off camera. Okay, so I'm activating my plaster. This is what I have so far. So see how I'm not pressing it down? I'm letting it have ripples in it. I'm letting it have directionality. All right. You can alter this. You can make it wavy. You can make it curly. You can make it stick up. I mean, there's so many different cool textural ways you can use this, okay? Now, a couple of other things. Let's say I have some hair that comes down on the sides. So I'm doing a shorter haircut here. I'm going to start to add this here on this side. I'm going to dip these pieces, activate it. Okay. And I'm starting to work it just on the side. I can even add a couple shorter pieces in the front if I need to. Some areas you want it to be a little bit closer to the head. You can definitely smooth it down like so. Okay. And I would do the same thing on the other side. Okay. And so you have kind of a short haircut here. Could I build it up even more? Absolutely. Okay. So if your hair has more volume, you can definitely build it up. You can do another whole layer like so. Okay, so I just wanted to share with you, and I'm not doing the other side so it looks a little funky, but I'm going to take this off now. All right, so let's say I have a much longer haircut. Okay, again, just remember that you've got your eyebrows here, you've got about 1 inch or so of forehead, and then from here up is all hair. Okay. So with this, I am going to put pieces of plaster in the water one at a time. Okay, but this is a lot longer, so I'm kind of going to make sure that it's all completely in there before I squeeze it. Okay, and then work that plaster into the gauze. Now this piece is cut to size, so I'm working the plaster in and I'm keeping in mind where my forehead might be. If your hair is parted, it's gonna be parted. Remember, this is the top of your forehead, so just kind of keep that in mind. Okay. I am cheating and I'm using some of the other plaster from the haircut I just did. And one thing, if you have a hair with a lot of volume, you're gonna wanna build out a little bit from here. I'll show you what I mean. Give me just a sec. So I'm dipping one other piece of plaster, activating it. Okay, and so this is how wide it is. Okay, if you scrunch it up, and again, I want it to have volume, so I don't want to press it all the way down, but see how this is coming away from my face form a little bit. Okay. Okay, this is giving me volume here. Again, I'm cheating and using these other smaller pieces that I used earlier to kind of build off this area. But I mean, it could be, you could have really, really long hair and I can cut that for you. Let's say this person has a barrette in their hair. Look at that. Boom, got it right over here. I feel like this side of the hair definitely needs more. It needs more and more volume. Okay. I had a student a couple years ago that had really curly hair, and again, I mean, made some really cool textural things with it like that. Okay. So the main key with this is just remember where your forehead starts. Okay. So, and then the hair starts. So forehead is maybe about 1 inch or so above where the bridge of the nose ends. And then from here up is all hair. Okay. And notice that I dipped the plaster into the water. I activated it, right? I kind of smushed in the bumpy side. And then when I laid it on the hair or on the head, I didn't smooth it out so that it became part of the head. I just kind of crunched it and pressed it on where I wanted. The goal is to have volume and texture, okay? And also to have those direction lines, okay? To style it to make it look like you.